I just want to give you a bit of an insight into the AFL Enjoyers team. We're a bunch of unique individuals, Matsa, Svenda, and Dean. We're going to engage with our minds and our hearts. We're going to exchange ideas, thoughts, and even our energy. And to speak from your heart, you need to have courage. You need to be honest and authentic. We're not always going to get it right, and sometimes you're not going to agree with us. But that's okay, because just like you, we care. Just like you, we're passionate about the game. So if you want to come along for the ride, join us at the AFL Enjoyers podcast, because we really enjoy the footy. Well, I'll tell you, this is maybe a bit of news. Tom Lynch had a coffee in his hand.
Ooh.
I think he's a latte man.
No. He gives off latte vibes.
Yeah,
he definitely gives off latte vibes. There's
I have no way of confirming, but the size of the
what
cup.
did it smell like?
The size of the cup, look, it wasn't like a shot. You know those little ones?
Yeah.
It
wasn't a piccolo.
I mean, technically it could have been anything, but I reckon latte.
Yeah, I reckon we just continue into the ladder prediction now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, sure.
I think everyone will be interested in that little latte story from Dino.
What a way to start a new season of AFL Enjoyers with Dean's new segment. What the AFL players have for coffee?
Actually, I've got one more for you.
Oh, here we go.
On the Richmond flavour,
Yeah.
I saw Jack Rewalt at a restaurant in Brighton.
Yeah, I remember you telling
Him
me
and his
that.
missus and some other guy who, at the end of the night, exchanged Jack Rewalt book, which I'm sure is, his like biography.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I
so
do not plan on reading that.
No,
but yeah, go on.
I won't be reading any of
I'm
those.
sure it's good, but
Yeah.
he's given the guy a copy of it. So that night there, he ordered the set menu, our boy Jack Rewalt. So sparing no expense.
There you go. There you go, man.
That's what happens when you retire, mate.
And actually, I said this to you guys in the chat when I first saw him there, but not as tall as you'd expect, Jack Rewalt.
Which makes it more impressive.
It does.
Like it.
Yeah, some footballers don't look like footballers, man.
Look, don't get me
They
wrong.
just look like people, humans.
Yeah,
did
he's
he look like a footballer though? Do you reckon? Like if you saw him, be like, oh, that dude plays footy.
not that clearly, but he's quite athletically built. Like he's pretty lean, pretty muscular.
Okay.
But just the height wise, I don't know. You're expecting like 6'5". He's more like 6'3", 6'4".
Okay, so it's like it's attainable height.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
if,
not
if
like
you're already that tall.
yeah. It's not like I'm walking past Nick Larkey. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, true. Those long arms.
exactly
Yeah,
right.
fair enough. Well,
Did you see any footballers in the off-season, Matsa?
yeah, I saw a few. I can't think of the top of my head, but I saw a few coming through.
Oh, what about Dill Buckley? You saw Dill Buckley at the airport?
I did see Dill Buckley.
And didn't
yeah.
he say he was going to check out this podcast?
Yeah, he did. And if he doesn't comment on this video, then he lied to me. I'm pretty cut if that's the case. But yeah, no, he was actually really nice. He was actually really like when I recognized him for the podcast, he actually G'd up. You would think that he would get inundated with people, girls saying, "Oh my god, Buckley, I love the podcast."
Phil Buckley, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, maybe not. Maybe not. But look, he appreciated the acknowledgement, so that was pretty
He's
cool.
a humble Carlton man. That's what we are, Carlton.
Yeah, there you go, mate.
Humble.
There you go. Yeah, he was a good dude. But yeah, so today, I think since we did it last year as well, but we're going to do a little ladder prediction.
Last year was a really horrible prediction that we made.
Yeah.
Like I had Geelong up there, like some wild stuff was happening.
Look, Geelong's not that crazy. I mean, you got to back him in until they finally fail. Now we can put him running through the dirt, I reckon, this season.
You reckon?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
True.
All right, so we'll do, as per last year, one pick each, and we're going to go through the ladder first, second, third, and so on.
Yeah, and yeah, we'll
That's
hopefully do a little bit better than last year.
I doubt it. Yeah, we're pretty bad at this. But
As long as you guys don't put North like second or something crazy.
Mate, have you seen Zach Fisher?
I have seen
Have
Zach
you
Fisher.
seen Zach
I've seen
Fisher?
him his whole career,
Have you
actually.
seen Kirch?
Hey, man. One of the best preseason teams this year, just putting it out there, man.
True. Yeah, beat Collingwood.
Yeah, well, they won the flag. That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly, man. It doesn't matter that it was their VFL team, but still. Yeah, Dacos played for a quarter.
I know, the Dacos guys are out there. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Cut us some
true.
slack.
They're named on the team sheet, and you won.
Exactly. So,
Exactly, man. What a team. What a team.
hey, man, if you can't read into preseason, what are we doing? Like, come on.
Yeah, of course.
You read into preseason as much as you want to read into preseason.
Exactly.
That's the best part about it.
Exactly.
If you want to ignore it, you can. If you want to, say your flag ruse straight away, you can. It's
Yeah,
up
man,
to it's up to the individual.
I'll take top 8 roos for now. Flag roos can maybe wait till the buys.
Mate, top 8 roos would be crazy. Man. That would be so good.
That would be insane.
Yeah.
No, I promise I won't put North in the top 8.
All right.
That's a pledge.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Matsa is not agreeing, so I don't know about him.
We'll
but
see. We'll see how we go.
So it's a collective ladder. So we pick. So it's not obviously if we were to do our ladders individually, it'd be different.
Yeah. But this is the Enjoyers Ladder.
Yeah, Enjoyers
And
Ladder.
For some reason, it became a tradition that I start lists when we do lists. So I'm happy to start us off, just because it'd be easy as well.
First
And
ladder prediction of the year. Do we have to like say the Greek national anthem before we start or something like that?
That's about 40 minutes or something. So I don't know if we have time on the pod for that, but next week.
Oh, next week.
But yeah, I'll start us off, lads. And the team that won the premiership last year, Collingwood, has to go first. It's
Controversial.
yeah, huge controversial decision, but I had to be made.
So I'll just give a different opinion on this.
Okay.
I think Brisbane is going to come back with a vengeance this year. I think they're better than last year already in their team. And why couldn't they come first?
Are you trying to influence his pick? His next pick?
Well, he's probably going Brisbane anyway, let's be fair.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it my time to shine in?
We might as well. If it's going to be Brisbane, let's go and we'll have a chat about it.
Just I was gonna say, just a quick one on Collingwood though. I will say the little bit that I saw in the preseason, Schultz is ready to go, man.
Oh, yeah.
That is just like that is a Ginnivan plus. It's just such a good fit for their
benefit of being the premiers and a team as big as Collingwood is you just basically look at any small upgrade you can make on your list and be like, yep, that guy.
Yeah, because that's really the big improvement. Like that's probably like the biggest improvement to the list, and then it's just like Dacos gets even better as you would expect. All that natural progression of the young guys.
There's no reason for them to get worse, right? And you're right. Schultz complements their list perfectly. They've obviously lost McStay, but I mean he didn't play in the flag anyway. It was important for their year.
Yeah.
But they're damaging smalls, and because they're such precise kickers, they can they're one of those teams that can find options that isn't just always the key. Other teams just bomb it long to the forward.
Yeah, I think with Myercheck, Cox, and Cameron, you've got enough tools there to manage, I'd say, to keep that structure going forward, and then the smalls to run around and do their business.
Ash Johnson as well.
Ash Johnson as well, yeah.
He's actually pretty fun to watch, that guy.
Yeah, he is. But yeah, so we'll move on to the next pick. Since
I had Lions first, so Lions
there
second.
you go,
Then,
yeah.
Oh, there you go.
The reason with Lions is, first of all, they didn't lose a game at home all year last year. Not one. So anytime you win every game at home, you're finishing either first or second on the ladder. That's just the way it is. So I don't think you can put them any lower than second, realistically.
100%.
That's to say probably the safest bet for top two, this team.
I actually had them first in my mind. Very close. It could have been either, but
So I've skewed the list.
nah, look,
I've
it's
ruined the
fair.
prediction. Sorry, guys.
It's completely fair to put Collingwood first.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think Brisbane, everything I'm hearing out of the preseason, they're handling the loss of the granny the right way. They seem just really motivated. Team should only get better as well.
Yeah. It'll be interesting their midfield mix this year, I've got to say, because I know Zach Bailey's going to get a bit more of a run in there. Apparently, Neil and Dunkley might get rested forward, or they'll change things up a bit for them. I don't know. It's be interesting to see how they manage that this season.
I'm waiting to see Cam Rayner really start to dominate a complete season. He had a pretty good final series. He has moments where he just tears games apart, but he hasn't had like one season where he's a consistent top 5, top 6 best player in their team week in, week out.
Yeah.
If he can kind of reach that level, like another like Dustin Martin type player, that just adds more potency to their midfield and forward line.
Yeah.
I think they're just looking for just a little bit of improvement from each of their players. I mean, they made the grand final. They lost by 4 points.
Yeah. And they've got great young players. Like I know Ashcroft's not fit to start the season, but Fletcher just came on second half of last year, gone. You know, guys like Charlie Cameron's still at the top of their game.
Yeah.
Danaher's fit. You know, Hipwood, I don't know how much he can improve, but he's good enough to sort
Danaher
of
had a
problem.
very good year last year.
Excellent, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and even guys like Zorko, they'll manage his minutes, but he's looking pretty solid. So I don't know. I just see them hungry as. I actually think they might win the granny this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. Hopefully them rather than Collingwood again.
Yeah, it'll be close. I actually, seeing as though I'm third now, I'm actually quite stumped already. I don't know who to put
You don't
third.
didn't do a list, Dino?
I didn't actually make up the ladder. I've just got the last year's ladder in front of me thinking, like,
As I
who
didn't
can
do one
improve?
either.
What we
So-
should say is, like, I think it's probably the competition's never been like more even, and we say it every year, and I think it's getting even closer. I mean, if we to project a little bit forward, the only team I think that is going to be useless this year is West Coast. I think every other team is going to find a way to be really competitive. That's
See,
just my guess.
But even with them, like if McGovern, Barras, and Yo are fit, they can string together some performances.
They can at home. They can. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I agree with you. I
across
do agree.
across the length of the season, I think they'll have some bad losses, West Coast. But all the other teams, really from say 15th, 16th up, they're competitive teams, man.
That's fair. Who you gonna go
You've
with?
stalled long enough for me, so thank you.
Yeah, all good.
What else can we talk about while he thinks?
Look, you know what? I hate to say it. I think Port can do it again. Not to be boring with the same top three,
Mm.
but they really recruited well
For
And
their
they-
needs,
They
yeah.
fixed their defense up, or at least it looks like that on paper.
Appearingly, yeah.
Their midfield's just getting stronger and stronger with
Mm.
like Butters, Rozzy, Horn Francis, and anyone else they throw in there. Wines is back apparently.
Mm.
Forward line, couple younger guys like Marshall and Georgiades.
Yep.
Mm. Is it-
Dixon's still there as the older head. I don't know.
Too
There's,
Is
competitive.
Dixon fit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's playing in the preseason.
he's played,
so-
but he didn't look great.
Mm.
I think he'll be fine though.
They have two competitive rucks now as well that
Yeah.
they brought in. Soldem and what's the guy? Jordan Sweet.
Yeah, like it's hard to
So-
look at them and say, how could they not be a top 4 team
Yeah,
after
that's
last
fair.
year? I have to put them there, to be honest.
Yeah,
Don't have an issue with it.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that pick.
Yeah.
Which it's good because the guys who I would have picked, right, and I think it's probably going to be one of their biggest seasons that they've had since they've been in the granny. That's GWS.
Right. Okay.
I'm going GWS.
Well, you're going to
for-
put them third.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. No, I rate GWS very highly, man.
Okay.
I think they've built up that list very nicely. They've got a strong midfield group. I think they're looking for a good season. I think from them. And towards the end of the year, we saw them. They were exciting. Like they got that close to Collingwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's too controversial a pick, but yeah,
So that's fourth then, Giants.
Giants at
Giants
4.
in the top 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had Giants third as well.
Oh, there you go. Hey, there you go.
So you
got-
guys fully buy
Yeah,
the
I
second
do.
half of the season.
I'll give you some reasoning why. First of all, they won in like 12 different venues last year. So they're no fuss type of team. They play in all these terrible conditions and they still find a way to win. They last year lost to West Coast like round 2 or 3.
That's
right?
crazy.
Under new coach.
That was
And
crazy.
then just like Carlton, found their way the second half of the season to just start dominating teams and made it prelim. And they just lost to Collingwood, the team that actually won the flag. So I think they're hardened. I don't think they had much changeover this year, which in previous seasons they've had changeover. So they're another season, preseason under a new coach, under their coach, right? And their good players are still in their prime. Like, think about some of the quality they have in their team. They're just one of those teams where if Toby Green's playing, I just feel like they can always win. He's just that leader that they get behind. So I think they're going to dominate this year. I think they're going to be really scary and really hard to beat.
And their attack's really good as well. Like Hogan's seemingly like back to what we thought he would be, like really dominant contested mark and goal kicker. Bedford, they got
Yeah.
Daniels, Green.
They're settled.
Who's that other sort of medium forward they've got? He's really good.
Daniels,
Medium tall.
medium tall. Riccardi.
Yeah, Riccardi.
Riccardi,
He's
yeah.
really good as well. So I just think, they've got a lot of weapons, man. Their defense is great. Midfield's good.
And so you call him a mid-sized forward. I think he's like 196.
Oh, there you go.
Riccardi. So he's another
He's just,
big boy. Yeah.
in my eyes, he's smaller than Hogan, so he's like the middle guy. But
Fair enough. Fair enough.
no, they've just got weapons, man. Like Briggs is a gun.
Yeah, Briggs is really good.
He's really good. Them on ballers are good.
You
yeah.
could see some improvement from like O'Halloran, from Ash, from like Connor Arden has got some like people have started talking about him last year. Nick Haynes is still, he's had a good preseason. I think he had some issues.
Himmelberg's still.
Himmelberg's
He's
back.
properly settled in defence. So
They just got a settled team, I think, and they've done another preseason under their coach. I don't see any reason why they're not going to be really strong.
yeah, fair enough. Your pick is next. Actually,
So
another one.
fifth, I'm putting the Blues.
It's wide. I was going to say it's wide open for this.
But I actually had them fourth. I've got them top 4.
Okay.
Wow. So you kicked Port out. You
Yes.
must have. Yeah.
Actually, funnily enough, in my head I had Carlton second. I had them second.
Whoa.
Far out.
This
So-
boy does not care
No,
about the
just
preseason.
third. Sorry, I didn't scroll the paper. Third.
Wow.
Nah, fair.
No, look, Blues at fifth is fair.
So I'm not that happy with them at fifth because I think they'll make the top 4. That's going to be the pass mark for Carlton because we're in the window now. It's time to win. It's time to really start.
Can I just
pushing.
remind you though, and I can see why you'd say that, but fourth means nothing. You can just be swept like Melbourne's been the last 2 years, like Port did
Port,
last
yeah.
year.
Well, I mean, the difference between fourth and fifth might be 1 win. You know what I mean? Like it's
I think
very tight.
if I were you, I'd rather just finish the season strong no matter where you are than fourth is like the barometer because you could finish fourth and like crawl into finals and get swept.
The thing is, the double chance makes a big difference.
No, you want it. I'm just saying like don't stress all year if it's looking like you might come fifth again,
Oh,
fifth or sixth.
We need, just need to make the 8.
You wanna make
but
the
I
8.
think fourth is top 4 is where you kind of want to be.
100%. Yeah.
And I think Carlton has it in them to make it happen. They haven't had a particularly good 2 preseason games, but it has been like 36 degrees both times. And I think it's pretty hard to motivate yourself in a preseason game to run that hard in that heat. But looking for a consistent season from the Blues this year, not this like terrible then superstar team that they were last year. They've got the players. I think there's no real excuses with Carlton. Time to be consistent and, back up what they did last year in the second half of last year.
Yep. No, that's fair enough. I'm going to go at 6th with Sydney.
All right. I don't mind that
no
one.
No problem.
Oh,
I think, look, they've got a few injuries now to start the year with Adams and Parker, which is unfortunate. But last year they had
Mills.
And Mills, of course. But last year they had a horror run of injuries to all their key position players.
Yeah.
And they still managed to find a way into the finals. So I think, look, assuming they've got a bit more luck this year, they've got Grundy in the ruck, key position players not absent completely, I think they can muster 6th. I think that's within their expectation.
I think that's fair. And they've added a little bit of depth. Once Once Adams comes back, they've added James Jordan as well. He's going to get a bit more time at the centre bounces. Goulden just looks like he's going to go up another level.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Warner really needs to take that next step up.
It's
in my
his time,
opinion.
yeah. It's his time, yeah.
It kind of reminds me a bit like a Jai Simpkin, where he's one of the club's better players, but we know as North fans he's not going to reach the levels that Wardlaw, LDU. It's just not possible.
Yeah, of course.
I think Warner's got that similar, slight builds, but he needs to be better if they're going to be a top 4 team.
I feel that. I think he's got it in him because he has burst that Simpkin.
He's a better player, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think he's better already, but he needs to be even better.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Next level better.
Yeah. But I think it's within his capability. Yeah, now it gets a little bit.
The top 6 that we've had are the top 6 that I had in different order, but
nice.
Those are the kind of teams that I think are the more obvious ones.
Yeah, I think that's fair. All right, the next team I'm going to go with, a team that was robbed right in front of me.
Oh, wow.
I'm going with Adelaide.
Crows are sneaking in.
Crows are 7th.
Crows are 7th, and they're coming into the 8th. So I think with them, obviously they were robbed last year with the whole Sydney incident. But I think, again, another year of experience for the young guys, because it's a super young team. And you add Rankin and Rochelle having a bit more of a run in the midfield this year, which is interesting.
How good did Rankin look in the preseason? Oh my gosh.
Unreal.
Mate, electric, mate. He can do anything. So, I think that they're the next one up. And I think Thilthorpe has a lot of ways to improve. And Rob O'Brien, right? Riley O'Brien, he looked, man, did you see him running in the preseason?
Mate, he looked
so good. Seriously.
How
man.
old is he?
I don't know. He's about 35.
They only
But
get
I
good at
swear,
35 ruck.
He was like,
he's a young man.
obviously he was rucking against no one in the ruck, but he looked like I look when I'm playing mini hoop basketball with a little cousin or something. That was crazy.
It was, the thing is, that was impressive. It was obviously 1v1 he was better, but the thing that impressed me was just the running capacity. I didn't realize he had that in him. I thought he was a bit more of a lumbering ruckman, but he's So I see them as a team that's improving. And again, they should have made the finals last year anyway. So
Fair enough.
No, I like the Adelaide pick. The other thing about them is they're really good at home, so they're hard to beat at home.
Yeah,
a really strong crowd, and they're a team that always gives effort. They're never off in terms of effort. I feel like so any team like that is going to be up there. Now
you've got a few choices here, George.
On 8th, it's crazy. This is how close this league is, but I don't think I can have a top 8. A couple of teams are going to get snubbed hard. But how can you not put Melbourne in the top 8?
That was my.
Oh, true.
That was my pick.
I forgot about them.
So my top 8 that I've put in has all been put in now.
Yeah.
I had Crows at 8th and Melbourne at 7th, but Melbourne at 8th. It means a couple of other really good teams miss out, but Melbourne. Angus Brayshaw, we should say, is a big loss. It's tragic that his career stopped now because of concussion, but that just is like an A-grade player instantly out of your team. And I don't know what Oliver's going to do this year. I'm sure he'll be okay, but whether he plays round 1 or not, still Melbourne's a very good team.
Yeah.
Joel Smith is not playing either, so they've had some senior players or some good players that are just wiped off the team, but they still looked very, very strong in the preseason. They're not going to be a bad team. They just can't be.
Well, they'd be better off finishing here and winning an elimination final than finishing top 4 and getting swept again. That's 2 years in a row it's happened. So I don't think their fans would mind it as long as they perform better in September.
True. I think the thing that's tough about them is in losing, you lost Brayshaw, obviously, but then they also got rid of James Jordan and who's the other one who left as well?
Harms
as well. So the fact that they've lost, a seasoned midfielder and then 2 pretty much ready-made guys to take that role have left as well. It's bad timing, but I guess now it's just we'll see what they can get out of dudes like Sparrow.
Yeah.
Dudes like you'd think Petrarca spends all of his time in the midfield now. Viney had a really good season last year, he needs to step it up again.
That's the thing. Like when you've got Gawn, Oliver, Petrarca,
And Viney,
and then May and Lever at the back. Like how bad can you be?
Yeah,
Like, that's why I agree. They have to be a finals team.
Yeah. The only really the bad part of the team is the forward line. Really, it's not really settled.
But still-
Van Rooyen is
He looks
excellent.
good, huh?
Oh yeah,
He looks
he's-
good. Fritchie's a handful. They've got these
I think
small
Cozzy
forwards.
needs to step up.
Cozzy, like, assuming Cozzy bounces back this year, he's electrifying.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, true.
What about what's his name? $1 Million Man, Petty.
Hey, $1 million man.
He didn't play the. Did he,
He
play
didn't
the
play, but
preseason?
is he?
I think he's been injured, but hopefully he comes. I don't know what his
$1
injuries-
million man?
Yeah, well, that's the
He
thing,
was
though,
offered.
right? So
He
he
was
was offered $1
offered.
million,
Yeah.
right? So if this guy comes back alongside Van Rooyen, you've got Fritch and Pickett at their feet. Like that's a good forward line, actually.
The team's not bad. It's a good team.
Yeah.
Christian Salem was injured for half of last year. He looks pretty good again. So he can play a bit of midfield, a bit of halfback as well.
I think they'll be fine. It's just maybe they're going to learn from their lessons and try and build into the season, develop some of the kids as well. But no, that's fair to have them.
At least their
In the
ruck dilemma won't be a dilemma this year.
Yeah,
Just Max Gawn, he's a god.
Yep.
Let him play.
100%. So of last year's top 8, all that we did, other than a reshuffling of the order, we chucked out St Kilda for the Crows.
That's harsh on them, but like it's just such a competitive year.
It is harsh on the Saints. All the hype in the preseason is like they're the best runners in the AFL. Like so many players ran sub 10K time trials.
They are a
10
good.
minute.
They are a good running team.
So is that enough though? Because it's my pick now, and I don't know if I want to put them there.
Put them at 9th.
It doesn't even. See,
I'm
I feel
gonna go again. The Dogs at 9th.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick the Dogs again. I think. Well, we spoke earlier off air about Sanders. Like this kid's a jet. He's walking into that midfield, getting instantly more centre bounce attendances than Bailey Smith ever wanted or ever did.
He had 30 possessions in the preseason game.
He's a smooth mover, man. Smooth mover. Check out our shorts about my draft order last year. You'll know how highly I rated him. But
Yeah.
and look, Norton, Waitman, Hugo Hagen's getting better. Jones is back in the defence just quietly.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think these guys, they may make the 8, but I think 9th is fair as well.
Yeah, man. I think that 6th to about 12th almost is that group of teams is just super. That's super tight.
Super tight.
And I think, look, this isn't against the Saints. Like last year, I was really down on the Saints. I think we all were. We had them in like bottom 4. But this year, it's more just, I think it's too competitive. And Dogs just have more star power than the Saints do. So
Yeah.
They have more star power, but the Saints, they're coached by Ross Lyon. And Ross Lyon teams, they always fight. They've always got, they're really competitive always. Don't discount what the Saints did with that much injuries last year. They still made the 8. And we were kind of like, oh, they're going to fall off. They're going to fall off. They didn't. So
Since we're talking about the Saints, I'll put them at 10th.
okay.
yeah, fair enough.
But yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah, no, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Saints aren't as flashy as other teams, but I back him in to be competitive and win plenty of games this year.
I think the thing that'll change, like the barometer for them, is if Max King is fit for 22, 23 games, whatever it is this season. That could be the difference.
Yeah, he should have a big year this year.
Yeah, as long as he's fit, there's no reason he doesn't have a big year.
Yeah,
He's such a great contested mark. He creates problems for those big defenders and takes one of those guys out of the game, crashes packs. He's a gun. So,
And they were also like as good of a defensive team as they are. Their scoring just wasn't up to scratch when they needed it. Like not enough big scores on the board. So good running team, good defensive team. I'm just not sure they've got the scoring power. So that's
They might
why
not.
that's why I had them out. I think I would not be surprised though if they made the 8 and like Sydney got kicked out, for example. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yep.
fair enough.
So mine now.
So you're up at 11, George.
All right. Well, I want to take Gold Coast.
Oh, you're buying it, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I actually think Gold Coast can make the 8.
Jeez.
Okay.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Damien Hardwick's been whispering in your ear, man.
Yeah,
Jeez.
we had coffee the other night. Yeah, he told me. No, yeah, look. Why wouldn't they be good? First of all, they've got home ground advantage. It's very hard to win up against Gold Coast, especially in the earlier seasons. So they'll win some early games. Took Millers back. Anderson and Rowell are now coming into their prime. They've still got players like Lukosius. They've got Ben King, who's going to play a full season this year. They still got a lot of talent. They've got a new coach. New coach brings new ideas. I don't see any reason why they don't take the next step. They're tricky. They've always been a hard team to beat, even though they haven't made the 8 ever.
Yeah.
They've always been hard to beat.
The home ground advantage thing for me, it's the humidity, obviously.
Yeah,
It's tough conditions to play there. But I feel like they also, how do you adapt to that is what I'm trying to say. Like the ball's slippery, that you don't necessarily adjust to a slippery ball.
I feel like if you train in it, you kind of understand how to play it.
Maybe a bit better, yeah.
Have you seen those like basketball commercials where at the start of a basketball video, be like, it loosens your grip. Maybe they use those things.
True.
You know,
like
I can't remember what
those gloves that you wear.
Yeah, it's like this is Coach Johnson with the extra slip gloves or something.
You never know, man.
Maybe they use
So by
those.
that logic,
It could be a ball tampering
they
scandal.
should just play really well everywhere else because they're so used to the slippery ball. Then when it's not slippery, they're just like, "What is this?" Man?
Yeah, I know. It's like glue on my hands.
You can't get a drop punt if it's stuck to your hands, you know?
True. Now look, for me with Gold Coast, it's one of those ones like until I see it, I can't believe it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And look, we're not even predicting anything special here. We're predicting 11th, so fair enough. But yeah, I've got them nowhere near the 8. I don't see it. I think the other teams are too good.
There might be.
Yeah.
There might be.
Who's next for you,
So
Dano?
it's me. Despite my hatred of them, I'm going to go the Bombers.
Oh, okay. Which, you know what? It's like, I don't know why I'm acting surprised. Oh, Bombers 12th. Oh, wow.
I know,
it's not impressive. It's not good.
This would be a horrible year for the Bombers to
Yeah.
finish exactly where they started. But
100%, yeah.
look, they've got a good on-ball brigade now. Parrish, Merritt. Who else have they got?
Setterfield.
They've got Goldstein. Look, Goldstein will be good for them. Setterfield's
Yeah.
all right. Big Mackay down back. As much as I'll hate to see it, he's an improvement on what they had.
Yeah, Zach Reed is
Yeah.
finally fit. You know, they'll have Ridley will be able to play free. He'll play the Tom Stewart role.
Yeah. Ridley,
You know.
Redmond.
Look, they've got a lot of good players, but they've had good players for a long time, and they haven't delivered for years.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the season, it's the same kind of conversation. We're sick of being a mediocre team.
Exactly.
You know, we've got to change it, but then they never do. And that was they were really harshly talking about themselves at the end of the season. I think it was Kyle Langford was like, I've got some serious questions for the coach.
Him or Zach? Actually, I think it was
both.
Langford. Yeah,
You
him
Langford and
Merritt.
Merritt. And then Merritt came up and said, we're tired of being a mediocre team. Time to really make a splash. Pretty much the same as Gold Coast for me. Essendon's like, when I see it, then I'll see it. But
100%. Oh, they're not getting anywhere near finals, in my opinion.
you reckon?
Yeah.
No. But look, I think they've got a good enough team to think that they might make it, like they usually do. You know what I mean? Like they'll
For sure.
they'll probably start the season doing pretty well, get their hopes up, and the same old will happen. I can't see it
Their
happening
second
before.
half of the year is always shit, huh?
Oh, it was woeful last year.
Last year was terrible.
Oh man, they were down there.
They
with
fumbled
us.
the bag.
They were
so
down there with
bad.
us and West Coast.
Remember that
Seriously.
game where they could have made the 8 still, and then GWS just pulverized them?
Yeah, it was like 60, 70 points. It was
Nah,
crazy.
more.
Maybe
Man.
more.
It's
Was
like
it?
90 plus. Yeah, 90.
That's
So look, yeah,
it's beautiful. From
not.
a
I don't rate him
neutral's
that
perspective.
highly. Yeah, I don't rate him that highly either. But Peter Wright's fit. He was their best key forward.
They got good players, man.
You know,
They got
Langford's
players. There.
good.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. 100% they do.
And they've recruited pretty well. Dersmer's a good player. They've got Gresham in. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but
They still got like
and
players.
put him at 12th.
Archie Perkins will get better. Everyone's talking about Sam Durham. I don't know.
Yeah. Nick Martin, new role, halfback. I reckon he's very capable.
Andrew McGrath's still a good halfback. Nick Cox is going to get some games. They
Look,
got players.
if
bro.
you're an Essendon fan, I actually, now more than ever, like over the past 10, 15 years, I can see why you might think something might happen. Because, look at the Saints last year. They snuck into 6th.
Yeah.
You're looking at that as an Essendon fan, like, why
can
can't
do
we
that.
be the Saints?
Yeah.
That's all. Like, I don't think more, but I just don't see it. I don't know.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
I don't see it.
At 13, I'm going to go the Cats.
Yeah. We've got the Cats there as
I
well.
thought you were going
Nah.
to pull the trigger, Matt, on.
Oh, North? Nah.
Not yet. Not yet.
I can't put them ahead of the Cats, unfortunately. Like
That's
even
ridiculous.
Yeah. Like the Cats, their midfield group is a bit of an issue right now because Dangerfield's not always fit. Guthrie's out for 2 months to start the season at least. But it'll be a good opportunity for Jai Clark, good opportunity for Max Holmes to be the main guy.
There's really only Tom Atkins and those two, isn't there?
Bose
Gustavs.
and Bruin.
So,
You know,
Oh, Bruin, yeah.
so we all agree that they're going to not make the 8, right? So
No, they're not making
what's
it.
This is unprecedented though. Geelong not making finals for 2 years in a row.
It would be crazy.
In
'cause-
my adult life, this has not happened.
yeah.
But
And the thing is, it's weird because they still have top end talent.
That's what I mean,
Tom
man.
Stewart's still there. They still got a decent defense.
Cameron?
They got Cameron and Tom Hawkins, who surely maybe
Carmine Hawkins has to give up. He's 36, man.
Yeah, bro, but he gives good handballs, you know. And,
He
you know,
does give
his
good
goal
handballs.
assists, bro. Goal assist. Graham Myers, goal assist. You know,
They got Messi. They got Messi.
They
in the
got
forward line.
Lionel Messi, and they're not, not making the 8. You kidding me? You know.
I can't see it, man.
Yeah, no. So,
They're not going to be easy to beat, but I don't think they'll win enough games.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
My turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, 13th, George.
No, 14th.
Yeah,
No,
14.
who did I miss?
So,
I didn't write the Suns. Sorry, my bad.
yeah, no.
Freo.
Yeah, right.
Freo, okay.
Next. Oh no. Freo have still got talent, but I think they're still building. I think they're a long way away from being like a premiership contender type team. They've got some really powerful midfielders. Hayden Young's going to get in there as well. They got talent, but I just don't. Yeah, how are they going to beat the teams above them?
Is Jai Amos fit?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's really crucial to them now.
I mean, they've lost a lot of
100%,
players
yeah.
over the last couple of years. They had a woeful year last year with ball movement. Their backs just racked up the ball and they never made it past the midfield.
I do worry about them, man. I got to be honest. Like, I actually had them lower. I think what you just said there, the ball movement.
Well, they got to
it's-
work on that,
it's
right?
Woeful. It's woeful.
I don't know, man. Their forward line doesn't entice me. Like, how have they improved on last year? They haven't in terms
That's
of
what I
their
mean.
list.
Yeah.
They lose Schultz, right? Walters is even older now. Like he can't be relied on. Tabiner, so there's Tabiner and Jai Amos, who's good. They lost Henry as well. I don't even
Henry
know.
and Schultz gone, and exactly right. Like, who's replaced them? No one obvious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Cooper
Switkowski's
Simpson.
he's a good pressure forward. Cooper Simpson apparently.
Matt Johnson will get some games. He'll get better. They got some nice players. but-
Yeah, they've actually got a lot of dudes who should get, center bounce, attendances. But how they're going to divvy them up is going to be interesting.
Although they've
So-
still got Darcy Jackson combo, and their midfield's good.
I mean,
so-
Fife looks like he's fit. He's going to make a difference.
Yeah. I don't think he's back, but he's at least fit, and he'll get a couple hard ball gets and a
Yeah.
few tackles, and he'll be alright.
What's their key back situation though? Now they've got
Pierce?
uh, he's on his last legs, man.
Yeah, Pierce. Brennan Cox, but he's injured at the moment.
Luke
Oh, they had
Ryan's-
Oscar McDonald play the other day, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that's not great. It's not great.
No, it's not. But yeah. Anyway,
Fair enough, man.
now it gets to the nitty gritty.
Well, look, you know what, boys?
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm feeling north of 15.
No way.
Why not, man?
Let's do it. Hey, let's
No
do
way.
it, man.
You think
That's it.
We're
If
that
you didn't
far
do it, I was
behind-
going to do it at 16.
We're not that far behind Hawthorn. Richmond's fallen.
You're going to be above Richmond.
Yeah, fuck it. What?
Come
Richmond,
on.
look, I don't think Richmond are that good. New coach.
Look, obviously it's a bit of bias, but let's just take a step back and look at North from the outside, right? We've recruited with a specific plan to play faster and with more running, right? So you got Stevens in, you got Fisher in. We've brought in McKercher, Sheasel, like our back line now, and getting the ball out of defence. Bailey Scott, it's going to be better, right? So that tells me we get it forward more. We've got an all-Australian key forward, some decent small forwards like Zohar, Stevenson. Our on ball is very good. Wardlaw, LDU. The only thing that's an issue is our key defensive stocks on a good day are not good. And they're injured as well.
That's a big issue.
Yeah, I know. So that's why we're down low. But I don't see why we couldn't win instead of what did we win, like 2-3 games last year, 5 or 6.
Yeah, we won 4 games. I can't see why we can't go 6
Why
to 10.
not? We should have beaten Sydney if it had not been for the interchange.
We
And then
had
there
a-
was another couple close games in there that we could have won.
We had a few within 10 points. I remember we even matched it with Collingwood up to about the third quarter.
That was a crazy game.
yeah,
that was fun.
last year. So you know what I mean? Yeah, there's
Almost beat Carlton if it wasn't for the umpires as well.
yeah, true.
Look, the thing about North, right? We're talking about a full season of footy, 23 games.
100%. No,
Like,
we're not going to. We're going to struggle.
by the end of the season, like even though North will have games where they play really well, their youngsters are firing, and you get the supporters excited, which they should be, because everyone knows that North has now recruited a lot of talent. We're talking about where they're going to finish at the end of the season, and to me, they'll be bottom 2. That's my guess.
Fair.
I hope not. look, we can still finish bottom 2 and win a few more games and
Yeah,
be
you
a
can.
whatever situation.
You can,
and
yeah.
that's fine. But I don't see enough with the other teams like a Richmond. Why should I be excited about Richmond if Tom Lynch isn't there? You know what I mean?
Look, Richmond. Yeah, we'll let you pick
Yeah.
next one.
It's probably
Yeah.
going to be Richmond now.
So Richmond are 16.
Okay, there you
yeah,
go.
nah. Look, I was actually tossing up them and Hawthorn, then and Hawthorn, but at the very least, there's still a lot of experience pieces there. Like Dusty Lynch, I think will be back in the next.
Couple of games, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's a long term out. So, and that creates a focal point that they can work off. Shea Bolton is still there. If he gets he'll get a bit of midfield time, bit of forward time.
Yeah. Short, Bolter.
Gipkus, the young guy, he looks very decent, man. If he actually gets a bit of footy, I think he's got some Lever vibes. You know what I mean? I don't know if he has the marking, but he gets to those positions and usually spoils rather than marks.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think he's a very solid player. So
Yeah. What about like there's still Taranto, there's still Hopper, there's still Rioli. They still got some. They still got a core of players that are still good and have been playing together for a long time. So yeah, I don't think they're going to be that deadly this year, but I think they could surprise everyone and still play some pretty good football.
man, it's crazy that we're talking about Richmond and we've got them 16.
That's what I'm saying.
It's crazy this year how even. It is.
I mean, Richmond could be 9th, they could be 10th.
Correct.
I don't think they'll be top 8, but they could be a lot higher.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, like last year, they clearly fell off and had their injuries and whatever. But I think they should just be okay with rebuilding. Be smart about it. Get a
Yeah.
good draft pick in.
They are susceptible to some injuries. Let's say Prestia, who's injury prone, doesn't play.
Exactly.
Let's say Lynch doesn't
Lynch
get on the
again,
board.
Dusty again.
Then that really hurts them, right?
Fully fit. I guess you could argue. Yeah, they can go all the way up to maybe 9th or something. But I don't know. I think it's okay for them to just have a year or two lower because they know that they can jump back up again pretty easily. But
I wonder whether they have a lot of young talent coming through though.
Who's that?
got Dow, and that's about it. I haven't heard of too many others, to be honest. Like Gipkus.
Yeah. I don't think they have too much, and they did lose a draft pick last year, an early pick to GWS. So
Yep.
they're a little bit, and I think they might have lost 2 first rounders because it was Taranto and Hopper. So yeah, they are down on the young talent, Samson Orion, if you believe in him. Yeah, the baby giraffe. Yeah, no, it's kind of it. I don't know. Actually, Steely Green is a cool name. He's going to play a bit of small forward this
Steely
year.
Green.
Remember the name?
Sounds like a rocker star or something.
Yeah, that's him, man. Steely Dan. He was in our TikTok. Who he played for TikTok.
Oh, really?
Steely Green. I'm pretty sure.
Ah.
He's a new favourite.
Yeah,
Has he played an
that's
AFL game yet?
No. Oh, don't think so.
We're
But
gonna
he's
go to his
going to play.
debut. We're gonna go
He'll
to
play
his-
opening round. I'm very sure of it.
Okay. All right. Well,
So 17th now.
I've only got 2 options left, so I think it goes without saying it's Hawks.
Yeah.
I think Hawks will be very dangerous this year. We even saw that they played some amazing halves of football where they tore everyone apart, but they just couldn't sustain it. So another season under Sam Mitchell, they're building a list profile that's designed for their game style, so that makes them dangerous. I have no idea what the Hawks are going to do this year, but I think they're going to win a lot of games that people don't expect them to win, and lose a lot of games that they probably should lose as well. It'll be up and down. I think they're not there yet, but they'll be fun to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to pick them. I think their injuries are a bit of a concern in the defence now. Like, if you're going to talk
Yeah.
about North's key backs, you can talk about Hawthorns as well. Like, that's
Yeah.
that's
It's
bad.
like-
It's unlucky for them. It's
yeah.
unlucky.
And the thing is, they tried to get Mackay as well. They
Yeah.
offered him big money and he chose Essendon instead.
Yep.
So they clearly knew that they needed to address that area. And it's just, yeah.
Like, put it this way, I see Hawthorn and North being actually quite similar this year in trying to play fast and then getting done.
Yeah,
You know,
on the way
Like,
back.
good
yeah.
quarter here, good half there, but then also getting done in a quarter. So,
Just one thing that's really good about for them is just the amount of inside mids and inside/outside mids that they have coming through. It's very promising. Like Newcomb, Day, who's the other one?
can we talk about Connor Nash?
Connor Nash.
Man, this guy, hey, he's come back, full beard.
Yeah.
What is he, 198 centimetres? He's a monster, man.
He's a monster.
He looks like
we talk about Blitzarves being like Geelong, utility man and does everything. Like, this guy, Connor Nash, is a better footballer than Blitzarves. I
That's a
guarantee
huge
it.
call.
I guarantee it. As a footballer, not as an athlete, because Blitzarves is a crazy runner.
Even-
But
yeah, that's interesting. So the Aussie athlete Blitzarves is not as good a footballer as the Irish Connor Nash.
I reckon Connor Nash.
Yeah.
Mate,
Connor Nash.
he's gonna get a lot more attention this year. I reckon.
He might.
Connor
Well, they
Nash.
also have McKenzie. They've got Ward. They've
McDonald.
got McDonald, who's really impressive as a winger.
Yeah, they've just a lot of talent, man.
A lot of running
loaded
power,
up.
man.
But yeah, and then West Coast.
West Coast. How can you not put them last?
Sorry, I spoiled your pick then.
Oh yeah. Please tell us your last pick.
West Coast.
How can you not put them last?
You have
man?
to look.
Yeah.
I think Matsa said it rightly before. They've got their veteran players fit again, so I don't think they'll be as embarrassing as last year. But there's just so many holes in the list. Like, their forward line other than Oscar Allen leaves so much to be desired. The defense other than Barras and McGovern, what's going on there?
Yeah, no, they leveraged so much into Tim Kelly that one year that they lost draft picks, and not just him, but a few other dudes that they traded for, and it's with all the injuries that they've had over the last couple of seasons, it's just
They're going to be bad for a long time, I think.
yeah, I agree. But Harley Reid was going to be fun.
He looked good.
Yeah, in the second game that he played, he looked very interesting. Just the strength, the power, the speed, and he looked very composed as well. So
And Jinby didn't even play the last game of the
true.
preseason here, so it'd be fun to see them actually in the middle together. Jinby, Reid, they're really tough young kids. So, but no, they've got no ruckman now. Flynn's out. Like, geez, their ruck is just embarrassing.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
reckon
fair enough for the Eagles.
before we finish off, I reckon we should do a little quick fire predictions, like Brownlow,
Yeah, sure.
Coleman, this, that. So,
Well, firstly, actually, premiership winner, seeing as they were talking about the ladder, who do we think's going to win it?
Ooh. I think my heart tells me Carlton. No, I reckon. I think Lions could do it. Yeah, there's no reason Lions. I hope Collingwood doesn't go back to back because we'll never hear the end of it. I'm just gonna go with the Blues. Let's do it, man.
Fair enough. I'll go Lions. I did say it earlier. I think they've got the right attitude, it seems, this year.
yeah, I'll go with the Lions as well, just because it would be Collingwood 2 years in a
No,
row.
I can't.
Just
Too much. My ears hurt already.
Yeah.
Still from last flag.
Yeah, true.
But I think
okay.
it could be anyone from Giants, Lions, Pies, Blues, Sydney, Melbourne. Like it could be any of those teams.
Just want to rattle off every other team in the league, man? Or
Those 5 teams, I think, it could be. I wouldn't surprise me.
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Brownlow?
You know what? Dacos was 3/4 of the way there. I have to go Dacos.
Yeah, it's hard. I think you just predict Dacos for the next 10 years. How can you not?
Yeah, I'm going to go Goulden, just to pick someone different. Because he was another dude who he polled really well towards the end of the year when the umpires realised, this kid's actually really good.
Yeah.
I would have gone Walsh, but this back kind of injury thing is stressing me out, man. Apparently he's not even running. I don't know if he'll be there for round
Doesn't
one.
even need to carry Carlton anymore. Why is his back giving out?
I don't know,
What's going
man.
on?
I'm so disappointed because he had such a strong preseason. He's so ready to go. And then a couple of weeks ago, back issues.
Back stuff's always innocuous and random to predict
And
as
it
well.
lasts forever. Like, so annoying, man.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll be okay. A couple of rounds in again. What about Coleman? Last year was Kerno, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no. It's Kerno's to lose, mate. He's gone back to back. Can he do the three-peat? I reckon he can.
Dan, if you don't say Larky.
I was going to say, look, Larky came close last year.
You did,
And that's with Kerno abusing West Coast twice. Like, I don't know. He'll probably do it again, but
I can't remember what the fixtures look like. Whoever versus West Coast twice.
I think we do.
We do? All right. Well, I'm going Larky because...
I'll go Larky as well.
Yeah, 71 goals last year. He'll have better delivery this year.
And he's an accurate kick. He's so accurate.
He's
Oh,
accurate,
man.
yeah.
You know, you got to give him a shout out.
Who else? Like, I think the King brothers could do some damage. Taylor Walker, is he... He's old now,
he
but
looks fine.
he still looks okay.
You reckon any
Cameron?
non-key forward could win it?
Nah.
Get out of here, man.
Like a Charlie Cameron or... Nah.
Well, he always kicks 50, 60 goals.
maybe. Yeah, that's fair. That's not the worst one.
I feel like the full forwards are back, though. You know, they're kicking goals these days.
They're in fashion again.
They're in fashion, yeah.
100%.
Well, the ball movement's gone up a lot, so
Yeah.
he needed to.
Yeah. How about a sacked coach?
I was going to bring that up.
It's a weird one.
Is it time for Bevo? Is it time for Bevo to go? If they don't make the 8, I reckon he has to go.
Bevo's
That's
the
fair.
easy one. I'm actually going to go Freo's coach, Longmuir.
Yeah, that's fair. He's not high. What's the word? he's not as high
Profile.
profile. That's what I'm looking for. He's not as high profile as other coaches like a Ross Lyon or a Brad Scott, where you go get him and you're like, oh, we're going to invest. You're probably right. You're probably right with Longmuir.
I reckon he'll be okay.
Yeah.
Depends how they play. Like if they lose a few games but play well, but if they play this boring, like can't transition the ball footy, I think he's gone.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I was going to go Brad Scott just because it'd be funny to see.
What they'll do is they'll swear by him, they'll extend his contract, and then they'll sack him next year in the middle of the year. That's what they'll do.
Yeah, bad.
Who else is under fire? Hinkley's always under fire.
Well, last year was a circus with his extension, and then he did extend. So I'll be shocked if they pulled the trigger now.
Yeah, true.
Although apparently isn't I think I read something today or yesterday where Warren Treadray is now something in the club where he's got some sort of power, and he was the one sort of in the media not too happy with Hinkley. I could be making this up, but I swear I read that. If I'm wrong, apologies. But
Yeah, you might be
if that's true, then maybe something's happening there. But no, I wouldn't have thought.
I kind of feel like most coaches are kind of safe this year.
Actually, what about Goodman?
Ooh.
If Melbourne doesn't deliver again,
Yeah.
I don't see it.
just because there's been a bit of backroom stuff pretty consistently with Melbourne leaking.
If he does get fired, though, there is some serious smoke to the fire
Yeah.
that there's, a drug problem at the club. And it can't be denied at that point. You know what I mean? Obviously, yeah, if he was to go, it would be something got to do with that. Because as a footballing coach, he's okay.
Yeah, I mean, they make top 4.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah.
Is there anything else to predict?
Rising star.
Oh, yeah.
You
Colby.
guys probably know better than
Colby
me.
McKercher.
Yeah, I think, look, it's between him and Wardlaw for me. But
Oh, yeah, because Wardlaw's eligible.
Wardlaw's eligible this year.
Could be Sanders too, you know.
Yeah, true.
He's very eye-catching. Like, if he gets 20-plus touches every week.
I think those are all fair.
Could be anyone. I mean, Reed's probably the obvious one because he got so much attention.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Wardlaw.
Yep. What about the rule award, the AFL MVP Players Association?
How hard is it to pick that one? It's impossible.
How does the voting work? How does
Probably
that work?
Dacos. I think you just anything like that. You just pick Dacos, man. It's the safest pick.
Fair
Unless you're picking like a Smokey to come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
LDU, I'm going to go with.
How's he been? Has he been all right this preseason?
He had a good first game against Collingwood.
Didn't do much today at all.
Yeah,
but
he's in second gear.
he's a very much like, I choose when I play kind of guy,
Mm.
which is frustrating, but
Yeah.
yeah. All right, let's tip round 0, and don't even start me on a rant about this dumb round, but
Yeah.
absolute joke, man. But
We'll trash it next week,
look,
I reckon.
do you want to tip it?
Yeah, let's tip it.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll
tip
tip
it.
it, All right. Thursday, first game of the season, technically, is Sydney versus Melbourne at the SCG.
Let's go Sydney.
Sydney, ooh. Yeah, I'd say so. I'm happy with that. Just because,
It's home ground, but you're right. Melbourne looked very good in the preseason, to be honest with you.
I'm going to go Melbourne just because Sydney's got
Injuries.
no Parker, no Adams. I think they'll look a lot better when they're in. So I'll go Melbourne.
Look, we don't know if Oliver's going to play. I think that's a big factor as
It
well.
is, yeah.
I think he is,
He should be
based
playing.
on what they said today.
Okay.
I think he is going to play. Also, just side note, Grundy v. Gorn should be tasty.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to this game so much. Not opening round, but I'm looking forward to the footy. It's on me now. I'm gonna go Sydney.
All right. So we went.
Sydney.
Yeah, we're going Sydney.
I went Melbourne. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm the only one. Brisbane is hosting Carlton on Friday night at the Gabba.
Brizzy.
They don't lose there. Georgia knows it.
Yeah, he gave us those stats, mate. He
You know what?
Man, I'd love to see it be amazing, but
And can I just say,
don't know.
the one time you could have walked into Thursday night opening round with your chest out, knowing you're going to smack up Richmond most likely.
I know.
They've robbed it. They've taken it from you, man.
But the AFL does not want Carlton to be successful, man. They're dogs,
You've
man.
suffered in round 1 every year for how long?
The second Carlton just gets the fan base and the momentum, they cut it.
They cut it, man. And
It's a
you're going to lose to
conspiracy.
Brisbane, most likely.
Yeah, 100% we will.
Nah,
But
I
if
feel
we
bad.
don't, though,
Hey,
oh my
lid's
god!
off already. If you
Well, it
beat
has
Brisbane.
to be. It has to be off. They didn't lose there.
But hang on, you beat Brisbane away in any margin is great, and then you just touch up the Tigers
And then
by
North
50.
North round 3, we spank you guys so hard that you
No,
you
stop
moved to
dreaming.
Tassie
Stop
once
dreaming,
for
bro.
all.
Stop
Settle
dreaming.
down, settle down, mate.
It's going to be 3-0.
You know what? Again, though. Anyway, we'll talk about it then. Gold Coast is hosting the Tigers
Gold
on
Coast
Saturday
hosting
at 4:20.
Against the previous coach. They've actually they've done some nice poetic games though.
Yeah.
Because Carlton lost to Brisbane in the prelim. You've got the Gorn Grundy situation.
Why not just continue the rest of the round, man? I want to play.
Yeah, you guys aren't playing.
Put North vs Port Adelaide.
That's so
Yeah,
shit.
true,
That you
that's
have to
it.
wait.
Come on, man. Anyway, Suns v Tigers.
I think Suns will win.
Yeah, I'm happy to go Suns as well.
I think Damo is going to get one over the Tigers.
Mate, he knows them too well.
They're primed, man.
You know what? I'll give him the tip.
Yeah,
We'll go
100%,
Suns.
mate. Yeah, let's come on.
Especially if the weather's all humid and stuff, you know. Giants are hosting Collingwood at Giant Stadium.
It's big. That's
And
a
you
huge
know
game.
there's going to be more Collingwood fans than Giants, so it's probably not even a home ground.
But the Giants don't care about fans. They've never had fans.
You think early season line in the sand for the Giants? We're here.
I reckon they can win it, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going Pies, man.
I'm going Giants, man. The pies smell, man. They smell.
They smell.
I
Smell.
think I
They're
have to just
stinky.
Yeah.
pay respects to the premiers and tip them.
Fair enough.
And if they don't deliver, that's on them.
Yep, fair call.
Cool. All right.
4 out of 4 tips. That's pretty good, boys. Easy peasy.
Yeah. I mean, look,
Yeah.
this year I'm feeling a lot better about our ladder, just quietly.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's going to be. I was
It
gonna say,
could
I
be
don't think
so
there's gonna
wrong,
be-
man. It could be so
I
wrong.
know, I know. Richmond could be on fire.
Yeah. It could be like could be
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
It's going to be an exciting year. Looking forward to it.
yeah, no, 100%.
Will be.
man.
Well, yeah. Thanks a lot,
That's
everyone.
probably the best prediction of the year, mate. It's going to be a fun year of
It's
footy.
going to be great, mate.
But yeah, thanks a lot, everyone, for watching, listening, all that stuff.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Leave it at that. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
See you later.